Alright. Hey, what's up guys? Just welcome back to Fate Grand Order LB6. Last time we passed through the lake region, put a stop to Kianskia's scheming, found out what the deal with Melu was and how she came about. Got a little bit of information from a former, I mean, I guess still technically in the Mirror clan, just dead. But if they're dead, you could say they're former. I don't know. A Mirror clan member who turned into a Night Call after death gave us a message, and then we went and got Mashu from Orkney, and apparently Greemer, who Mash had met previously in Sheffield, was actually Ku and they didn't just use his model. And apparently he's the pseudo-servant for Odin, and it was a lot. There was a lot that happened. It was too much, arguably, but anyway, I digress. I did 2 single pulls on CL this morning because I got the maintenance quartz and then my 6th day of the 7th of the weekly login consecutive login bonus. I thought I got her for a second because it loaded. But no, it was the 5-star craft essence that I apparently didn't get yet, even though I thought I did. But I guess I didn't. I was like, CL? No. Fucking craft essence. It was sad. But, you know. Edie's what it. But now I should now have everything. So, the next time it loads or stutters on the summon startup, it should be CL, hopefully. And doesn't psych me out. Yeah, anyway. LB6, say Gogeta, hey Meridak. Yeah, anyway. I guess without further ado, we can hop on in to Coast of the End. The Chocolate Empire, Edinburgh. And yeah, I'm sure Cnoc will be open to reasonable discussion. I'm going to assume this means we're going to do like a training battle against Muramasa and Castoria. This is all the only thing I can assume based off these insignias. But we'll see. Unless there's another alter ego here, but I really don't think there is. Pretty sure there's no other alter ego here. Unless, again, unless there is. But, you know, I doubt it. I hear a bell ringing. I hear bones, too. The harbor shall return to empty shore, but the calamity shall vanish into the distant sky. It's a signifier of the fairy's apology, the sound of a soul accepting its sins. The round fortress shall burn, and the bell of water shall appear. Once all of them have rung, confessed sinners shall make the acquaintance of the guillotine. And as for the Fairy of Paradise, having fulfilled her role, the Child of Prophecy shall say farewell to her home. Her home being Fairy Britain and going to proper human history? Question mark? Surely? Yes, I offer fairies no salvation. I shall defend my land, nothing more. I'll save the fairies. I'll carry out the duty I've been given. With all the magical energy I have stored in this throne, I have nothing to fear from the great calamity. Interesting how we're seeing this as her less, you know, her Ash self rather than her Morgan self. Furthermore, only a chosen fairy can sit this throne. That throne is the sun that my pilgrimage has ended. It's key to keeping Britain alive. Avalon Le Fay, the anchor of paradise. There she is. You're neither like other fairies nor that foreign mage. You have been chosen. You're neither a rebel nor an invader. You're the Staff of Selection's chosen wielder. You and you alone have the right to bring me to justice, fairy sent from paradise. Even should you fill oceans with the blood you shed in battle against me, you would be innocent of sin. I don't know about that. I've been chosen. I'm not like the fairies of Britain or my King of Knights self from proper human history. I'm neither a rebel nor an invader. No matter how many fairies I killed because of a war I begin, I would still be free of sin. Yeah. If you wish to save Britain, you must defeat me and claim the throne for yourself. Go then. Fulfill that absurd prophecy if you can. You should know better than anyone that you have no choice. That's right, defeating Morgan, the fairy of paradise who forsook her duty, is my only choice if I'm going to save Britain. But do you though? Do you really gonna kill her? Because I mean, you know, who was it that said it? Habitrat, I think. Yeah, Habitrat said, you made a good point. Doesn't necessarily say you have to kill her. The prophecy just said you have to cast her from the throne or whatever. It doesn't necessarily imply killing. Again, unless, you know, she doesn't, you know, give up the throne without dying. But, you know, that's neither here nor there. But what happens afterwards? What happens after I do something I don't want to do? Something nobody wanted me to do. I'm a fairy of paradise too. Is there anywhere I can call home? I'm sure there is. It would be too cruel to you if there wasn't. Hello, everyone. You got back sooner than I expected. The way you're standing there kind of reminds me of Benkei, Redrabit. Huh? Senpai, Da Vinci, who is that? Why does he look exactly like red hair? No, that's Redrabit. He's a fairy from this Lost Bell, and one of our trusty companions. Don't worry, he won't bite. I see. Nice to meet you, Redrabit. My name's Mash Curiolite. It's a pleasure to make your acquaintance. The pleasure's all mine, sweet lady. How deliciously polite of you. Hang on, though. Weren't you supposed to wait for us in Edinburgh? Yes, I was. But I'm not really one for staying put, you know. I thought I might run into you all sooner if I waited near the entrance to the Ashen Shore, so I just ran on up here. Alright then, hop into the wagon. I'll make sure you're right to the Queen City of Edinburgh as smooth as can be. Sounds great. I was just thinking I was sick of walking everywhere. That's the biggest downside of being summoned as a caster. Your legs get tired way too damn fast. One moment, please. I don't believe we've met before. No, my name's Greemer. I'm a friend of Ritsuka's. A friend of Ritsuka's? And does that mean you're also from Propeller Humming? Close enough. Except that's Bloody Crown. Well, you can also take it as Morgan hurt and killed a lot of fairies, at least indirectly, during her reign. Actually, no, I would say the command spell stealing their life, like the ones that end up dying from it, I would say that's pretty directly her. You could argue that that's bloody because of the legacy that the previous wearer left. Like, it could be a more philosophical bloodied rather than literally. I don't know. Proper human history? That's the one. Proper human history. Thank you, Mash. Many girls tough as you is especially welcome to ride on my wagon. Okay. Mash, could you come here a moment? Let's not indulge him too much, okay? Right, I'm still not sure what your relationships are to one another, but I'll do my best to be careful. So, if you're both Ritsuko's acquaintances from proper human history, Lord Muramasa, does that mean you and Lord Greamer are two horses of a mane, so to speak? Huh? I guess we're in the same category, technically. Why? No, it's nothing. My animal intuition tells me that the two of you are the best of friends. Well, it would be more proper to say that, like, Servant Archer Emiya and Ku are the best of friends, technically. But I mean, I guess Ku does save Shiro's life in Fate Root and helps him out a bunch in UBW. So I mean, I guess, kinda, yeah. I would attribute the whole best of friends thing more to Servant Emiya, but yeah. But I can't help but wonder which one of you would win on a fight. This is the setup, huh? What, you gotta ask? Me, of course. Yeah, it's ridiculous. Ask any fool and even they can tell you Greamer would be the clear winner. Exactly. Who gives a fig what a fool has to say? Alright, you, get over here. I'll take it easy on you and only use the back of my sword. Well, I'm impressed you can tell which is which. That thing's so dull it might as well be a club. Ha 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 ha. Alright, punk, you're going down. The strongest duo. Wait, is that... Wait. Is it them teaming up on Redra? Okay. I guess I could bring Mash, I suppose. Nah, let's do this. Manual setup. Okay, let's do Bazit, but you go in the back. Alright, Saber, Berserker, boom, boom, and then Caster, Merlinus. There we go. Hopefully I don't regret not bringing good combat craft distances. I'm sure it'll be fine. I'm sure it's alright. I'm sure I have nothing to worry about. They wouldn't drop us into a hard fight, I'm sure. Against our good buddies. You two are a handful. Can't you just get along? Like, who cares who's stronger? Does it really matter all that much? Like, really?
今こそお前たちのもとへと来たる真剣草薙の太刀。まだまだ。
Maybe I should have started off with Castoria's Zerker just dealing out a shitload of damage, but
いいぜこれでやる。さてここからだ。若造。やることは変わらねえよ。
Alright.
合わせていこっか。ご注文受けたまわりました。
Yeah, I have to wonder. Okay. Oh, chaotic. Okay, perfect.
ちょっと休憩。
This is a perfect.
そっか、行く。負けないぞ。物語を語りましょう。旅立ちの誓い。
Alright, Muramasa, you chill the hell out, buddy. I didn't accidentally click on Dreamer, right? Cool. I hope not. Okay, good. I was pretty sure I didn't, but I second guessed myself for a second. That would have been really unfortunate. Okay. Wicker Man doesn't have Ignore Invincible, right? I don't think it does. See, I'll give this Invincible to Zerker. Actually, I could have just NP sealed him. That would have been better, actually. Yeah, I should have NP sealed him. Actually, hang on. Actually, I can make this work. Hang on. I can kill him. I'm like pretty positive I can just kill him. Do this last because he only has 2 evades left. Maybe not kill him, but this should do a pretty good chunk of damage and give anti-enforcement defense to... Perfect. Not even a single lick of damage. Oh. Or I mean, Ibuki took damage, but the other 2 who were there from the start, not a single lick. And the winner is neither of you. The truly strong don't get into stupid brawls. This kind of matchup always ends like this. What do you mean always? Hang on, I didn't really lose. The only reason we technically lost is because Greemer's so-called mage ass doesn't have a single support skill. How was I supposed to know you're such a crap warrior you can't even defend yourself? Besides, when it comes to guts, I've got enough for a boatload of Vikings. Yeah, true, I guess. Both of you shut up and get on the wagon! We have to get to Edinburgh today, damn it! Absolutely fucking whipped. Wow, that worked better than I thought. Anyway, assuming Greemer's wolves are walking. The wagon only holds 6 people and there are 7 of us now. Want me to follow along on my skates? That's okay, I'll just ride on Redrabit's back. You don't mind, right, Redrabit? No, that should be fine. A little fairy like you won't affect my performance at all. But we're still quite far north. Won't you be cold riding outside? I could always run alongside the wagon instead. Don't worry, I'll be fine. I'm used to the cold up here. Alright, let's go, Itsuka. I know there used to be a village in Edinburgh a long time ago, but I don't know what's become of it in the era of the High Queen. course, given Nocnaria's distaste for humans, I doubt it'll be more than a handful of people at the campsite. I'm still sad that MASH doesn't know who she is. That's fucked up. But, you know... such is life, I suppose. Such is life. Alright, I'll let those build up. Oh, 110 now. With maxed out skills and level 5. I mean, she's had maxed out skills in level 5 since the first bell. So every build after that's only been upgrading her overall level. You know, I feel like if they were gonna max out her skills at an NP level with the first bell, they should have given her, like, append skills. With every subsequent, like, only at level 1, but, like, give her an append skill along with the level ups with every bell. Maybe they didn't want her to be too powerful. I don't know. That would be understandable, I suppose. Alright. Yeah. Charisma every 3 turns is better than appends. True. Is the charisma, like, how much NP gain it gives going up with every bell? Or has it been the same since the beginning? Attention, citizens of Edinburgh. Lady Nocnaria has returned to our fair city for a temporary respite. She'll be recuperating at the previous queen's grave for the next few days, after which she will once again depart for the front lines. Main Street vendors may remain open for business after sundown. Do not let the city's lamplights die out. Remember, Lady Nocnaria loves this nightless city with all her heart. Glory to the King Clan. Glory to Edinburgh, the Queen's city. Woohoo! At long last, time for war. Oh, can't wait. I thought this day would never come. It's been 10 years since I escaped from the south. I'm proud to call myself a member of the King Clan now. I still can't believe how generous Lady Nocnaria was to share her power with a good-for-nothing like me. I won't do anything to help her. I'm liquidating my whole stock. Go on and help yourselves for next to nothing.
Do you have the latest daily report? May I see it? 29th military training exercise complete. The victory bell rings for the north. Even as I write these words, I cannot help but tremble with awe at the sheer might of the King Clan's army. Even the giant troops whose lack of expertise we feared might hold our forces back have become exceptional soldiers. If the way these fine warriors make quick work of large wars is any indication, Camelot's ramparts won't stand a chance.
Yeah, not like the Rongominiads she has at the ready isn't going to just completely, utterly fucking destroy them. Sure.
According to First Captain Gerbe, our army could easily overthrow Camelot even if they were to march out today. Once the fighting began, it would be over in 1, 2, no more than 3 or 4 days at most.
That last part's a little worrying, but Lady Nocnaria is gonna be on the front line herself, right?
We can't lose then. Besides, our queen would never pick a fight she knew she couldn't win.
Lady Nocnaria can always use another pair of hands. Soldiers, medics, clerics, transport, production. We need all the help we can get. Whatever job you take, you're guaranteed a fair wage. All we want to see from you is motivation. Also, if you know anyone afflicted with Moore's sickness, please bring them in right away. If the disease is caught early enough, it can still be cured. I know, because I was once infected myself. Lady Nocnaria doesn't discriminate between upper and lower class like Morgan. All she cares about is whether you have the will to live. That's why the leader of our very own King Clan, who believes in all of our citizens equally, should be the next King of Britain.
I mean, it does sound pretty good. But it's probably propaganda.
Huh.
Whoa.
Wow.
It's like the stereotypical evil empire come to life. The whole empire is standing Nocnaria with all their might.
I can't believe it. This is the Northern Village. It's even more developed than Salisbury. What in the world's happened here since the beginning of the era of thy queen?
I know how you feel. I was shocked the first time I came here too. My past self's notes said the Northern Fairies used to be basically a small group of nomads.
They say cleric, what does that mean in a world without religion? It's a good point. I mean, I mean, cleric is also used as like a term for like you know, like an office worker, right? Like clerical work, I think. So someone who handles like the nitty gritty, like not hands-on stuff. Maybe that's the only thing I could think they're referring to.
My past self's notes said the Northern Fairy.
Is that a clerk? Yes, but I could swear. Doesn't hang on. Now I'm curious. Cleric. Meaning outside. Religion. Let's see. Or a historical administrative worker. Yeah, okay. I think clerk comes from cleric. The terms cleric and clerk were initially interchangeable, yeah, in medieval times, yeah. So, like, I mean, and this is pretty much medieval times, technically, so yeah, it works.
My past self's notes said the Northern Fairies used to be basically a small group of nomads. I guess Mab, the King Clan's last queen, must have been one hell of a leader. In just a single generation, she built a city that rivals the Edinburgh of proper human history. And a city that's home to the Northern Fairies, as well as the fairies who migrated here from the south to boot. I don't know where you get off looking so smug about that. You got nothing to do with their success. Still, there's no denying this is one hell of a city. Everything from the foot traffic to the business dealings feels like the real deal.
I see there's a big cathedral here, too.
Yep. There's a beautiful church called St. Giles Cathedral in our world's Edinburgh, too. It's probably another one of those human history convergence things. That said, the Edinburgh and proper human history and the one here are built on very different ground. Namely, this one looks like it's been built on top of a rocky mountain. And unfortunately, there doesn't seem to be any Calton Hill or Arthur's Seat here either. Hey Mash, do you know what Arthur's Seat is? I've only read about it, but yes. In proper human history, Arthur's Seat is a well-known tourist spot. It's a steep rocky mountain not too far from Edinburgh itself. According to legend, King Arthur himself once sat on it to look out over the land. Thus the name. I see.
There sure are a lot of legends about King Arthur, huh? Yeah. A lot of TV series, movies, books based on it too. Of varying quality, but yeah, no, it's pretty popular legend. Yeah. myth.
Yep. He's brought up in one form or another in all the big tourist spots. Some other notable ones include Winchester, Glastonbury, and Tintagel and Cornwall.
Getting back to our moving on from Tintagel, please. Getting back to our negotiations with, Nocnoria.
They did say she was back here now, didn't they? So that probably means she's in the palace then, right?
Shall we just barge in there now? Maybe barging in wouldn't be a great idea. But yeah, okay. I guess Nocnoria is technically our enemy. She's probably not exactly eager for an audience with us, but hold that thought for a minute, okay? Hey, Ritsuka, I think Artoria's doing her headstrong thing again. Now what do we do? It's too bad Oberon's not here right now. I mean, just look at her.
A head-on clash with Nocnoria, huh?
Now I'll finally get to let out all those years of pent-up frustration with her. Right. Eyewitness report, a savage child of prophecy spotted shadowboxing in the streets. Yeah, maybe we should calm her down. What if we asked to meet with Nocnoria and said we were a group of her fans? Great, now you're being weird too. Have you not been sleeping or something?
Excuse me, I'm sorry to interrupt your discussion, but it looks like we have, company.
They clearly have us surrounded now. We may have no choice but to fight.
There you see.
I knew that stuff about law and order in this city was all a load of bunk. Artoria, maybe don't. Maybe they just came here to escort you, but now that you've taunted them, essentially, even if unintentionally, you know what? I'm gonna give her the benefit of the doubt and say they were going to attack us, even without her running her mouth.
Then again, attacking outsiders without even a word of warning is just the kind of thing I'd expect from a nation run by Nocnoria. Alright everyone, get your weapons ready.
Once we break through this dragnet, we'll storm our way right into the castle. Oh! Thank you for coming, Lady Artoria. We've been waiting for you and your entourage to arrive. I'm sure you must be tired from your long journey, but please, do try to compose yourself. Now if you'll kindly follow me to the cathedral, I can take you to see Lady Nocnoria right now. What? Right. I almost forgot. I wrote a letter to make an appointment for you ahead of time. It said, Dear Nocnoria, Queen of the North, get ready to see me, because I'm coming for you tomorrow. Cheers. Redra? Why would you phrase it like that? And of course, since I wrote such a nice letter, I got a very nice reply back not long after. It said, I am prepared to welcome the child of prophecy in a manner befitting a king. Best wishes. I must say, I thought the northern fairies were all barbarians who tried to solve their problems with violence. But it seems Queen Nocnoria is much more sophisticated than I realized. Okay, if she extended us an invitation, I guess we should take her up on it. Yeah, you're feeling real silly now, huh?
Huh? She actually accepted the invitation? She didn't try to kick in the front gate? Really? Oh crap, all of you get out of here.
Take the back entrance, I want you out of this room in 2 seconds. You sure about this? Just a few moments ago, you were giddily talking about knocking the child of prophecy down a few pegs. And showing her that ringing 4 bells wasn't nearly enough to make her a match for you. Change of plans, okay? I mean, how would it look if I were to greet a small group of peaceful visitors with a fully armed platoon? Huh? You're still worried about your reputation? Isn't it at about the same level as an apple that missed harvest season? Who in her entourage is talking back to her like this? What's that? You're saying my rep already fell from the tree and is rolling in the mud? Is that your way of asking for 100 lashes? Okay, you heard her. Everybody out. Star. Okay.
My apologies for keeping you waiting. The Queen will see you in the cathedral now.
So that's how it is, huh? It probably, yeah.
Well, well. How bold of you to just waltz in here like this, Artoria. Does this mean you finally scrounged up a bit of manners, guts, and confidence then? You're not fooling anyone, Nocnaria.
We could hear your soldiers scrambling to get out of here. Don't be ridiculous. Those are my footsteps, no one else's. Now I won't hear one more word about it.
1357.
I'm not surprised to see Oberon's not with you, but what about that other girl?
You know, the one who looked like she was in heaven with her cheeks all
Puffed out full of my chocolate?
Gareth, right?
Lady Gareth stayed in Londinium to defend it as one of my knights.
There was no sense in her coming all the way out here just to see another
Evil empire. She's already been to Camelot.
Well, that's too bad.
I was planning to give her a tour of my chocolate factory. Okay, Willy Wonka.
Oh well, another time perhaps. Anyway, I know how you guys went up to Orkney without my permission. You know damn well the North belongs to the King clan, and that trespassing's prohibited no matter what your reasons might be.
Honestly, what are you, some bandits hiding out in the mountains?
I guess you still have yet to learn your place.
We did go through the Lake District, you know.
Oh, hello, Ritsuka. I'm glad to see you're doing well. I can only imagine how exhausted you are having to travel with the Child of Prophecy who can't ever look before she leaps.
Leave her alone! Would you like me to make you an appointment at my favorite luxury spa later?
Can it, Nocnaria? Besides, Ritsuka's made of sterner stuff than that.
Sorry to interrupt your friendly chat, but it sounds like you already know that Orkney's bell's been rung.
Yeah. You could probably hear it, given that you can hear the bells across all of Britain.
Good, that saves us the trouble of filling you in. Anyway, yes, Orkney's bell used to belong to the Rain Clan. But now that the Rain Clan is gone, the King Clan are the bell's de facto guardians, as you well know. That means to an outsider, which is to say from Morgan's perspective, it looks like the King Clan has officially recognized the Child of Prophecy. What do you make of that?
What do I make of it? Hang on, who are you?
My name's Greemer. Well, technically I'm the second to bear that name, but that's neither here nor there. I've been watching over Orkney's bell on behalf of Merlinus Ambrosius.
Crap, I almost forgot. When Queen met in Kukule and Mix.
Oh man, you're right.
Haha, Sir Greemer the Sage.
The last queen told me you're a cold-blooded bastard, but you'd be bound to show up eventually. Oh, she didn't try and molest him. That's good.
You once taught Ash to save your magecraft, right? I see. If you're here, then I guess the so-called savior must be the real deal after all. Huh? Is that all you have to say, Nocnaria? I mean, this is Greemer, you know. You don't feel any connection to his spirit origin?
What are you talking about? You there, do we have a connection?
Nope, sure don't. You're Nocnaria, the proud queen of the North. You care far more about your life and destiny here than you do any silly ties from human history. Speaking personally, I for one couldn't be happier about that last part.
Is that so?
I don't know what that's all about, but thanks. I'll say this for you. You do have a nice smile.
Anyway, that aside, Greimer's right. Now that Orkney's bell's been rung,
I don't have a lot of options here. Yeah, true. Just this morning, Morgan sent me a final warning. Oh? What kind of warning exactly? If I may be so bold as to, inquire. It's to kill the Child of Prophecy at the Ashen Shore when she returns from Orkney. If you fail to do so, consider my treaty with the previous head of the King clan null and void. The end.
A treaty with the previous head of the King clan? What's she talking about?
None of your business. Does Nocnaria know that Morgan's Ash the Savior? Because that's weird.
None of your business. The point is, if I don't kill the Child of Prophecy, there'll be war. Of course, I was always planning to fight Morgan at some point, so that part's fine.
Alright.
The only problem is you, Artoria. Remember what I told you before? I'm getting an army of my own, ring at least 2 bells, and learn to carry myself in a manner befitting the Child of Prophecy, right? Well. If you can rattle all that off so readily, I must have really gotten to you. Now I'm glad I took the time to deal with you before. Yes, those are my conditions, and you've met them, which means you're worthy of joining forces with me. That is why you came to Edinburgh in the first—
Oh, okay. I wasn't expecting her to actually agree. Okay.
That is why you came to Edinburgh in the first place, right? An alliance between the King clan and the Child of Prophecy, I like it.
Well, that was easy. It's too soon to celebrate just yet, Ritsuka. Nocnaria would never make things that easy. Yeah, probably you right.
Just look at her.
That's the face she makes right before she squeezes some poor sucker for everything they're worth.
Hey, I've never made a face like that. Still, you're not wrong. My skin might smell of sweet honey and be wonderfully soft, but I myself am neither.
I'm willing to form an alliance, but needless to say, I'll be the only king.
If you're going to join me, you need to pledge your loyalty to me and obey my every command. Also, only fairies are welcome to join my alliance forces. So as far as the Round Table Army's humans go, I think I'll turn them into bees and put them to work in my chocolate factory.
Yeah, how about no?
I'm sure they'd be much happier that way, since those pathetic, useless humans would be the first to die when the fighting starts anyway.
Have you met Percival?
Wait, Ritsuka. You don't have to say anything. Nocnaria, the Round Table Army is the best army in all of Britain.
The day we obey you is the day apples start falling back up under their trees.
If you want to command us, you'll have to
pound us into submission first. That sounds dirty, but okay.
So how about it? You and me, fairy to fairy. Unless, of course, you're too chicken to face me. You're on. This will be a battle to determine the next king of Britain. A fight for the throne, our pride and beauty itself. I swear in the name of the previous queen that I'll face you alone and on fair ground, fairy to fairy. The winner takes command of all of our combined armed forces, and the loser has to do whatever the winner says.
And as a bonus prize, the winner will also get to claim the foreign mage as her spouse. Can you make up your mind about your feelings about humans, please? Like, I know she said she was willing to give us a chance and that maybe we'd convince her to change her mind about humans in general, maybe, but...
What?
I missed that last condition, but fine. Whatever you say.
So how are we going to do this? Another chess match? Don't be ridiculous. This is Edinburgh, the headquarters of the entire British sweets industry. There's only one kind of battle fought for pride and beauty around here. Valentine Mab Match, the ancient traditional art of fire confectionery. Okay. Nocnaria's reaction to seeing Ritsuko's different if he was Gudo. Nocnaria froze up. Artoria asked her why, and she says, I'm not frozen, I swear. What were those guards thinking? How could they let a human into my cathedral? I'll have to give them an extra special reward for this later. Aww. So Nocnaria prefers women? I guess, unlike normal proper human history med, she at least maybe? But then why would she? No, it doesn't make sense because she. Or maybe she freezes up out of actual attraction? Instead of just liking our gusto? Fire confectionery? Question mark? What? Huh? You mean you don't know about it? I see. You really are just a country bumpkin, aren't you? Knock it off with the yokel digs already! Besides, we country girls are tough cookies. Right. Excuse me, I was originally not going to say anything since these negotiations are between Artoria and Nocnaria. Uh-huh. But now that the stakes have become personal for Caldia, I have to ask. What exactly does a mab match entail? Huh? That girl's got as much magical energy as the Tamlin. But she's also wearing black armor and carrying a great shield. Is she the one from Sheffield? Very well. I'll ignore your impertinence this one time. The Mab match is the last will and testament of the King clan's previous leader, Queen Mab. It's a law that says whoever makes the most delectable-looking chocolate shall be queen. Pretty sweet, right? Huh? No, she's still there. Okay. What could possibly be the explanation for this? Like, she has the same name. There's no excuse for this. She has to be a servant. And I, Devil Karin, the chocolate fairy, shall be the judge. What the what? Okay. You know what? Okay, did her devil outfit come with LB6? Because if so, then I guess that's at least I'm sorry. Why is... What was he called in Agartha? Megalo? Why? That's that sprite, right? Megalos, yeah. Purple versions from, well, okay. So then there's okay, you know what? Sure. All right. All right, man. I don't even know anymore.
さてカウンティングオーバー
Sure. I guess we have to attack. Frick. That's actually really not good. I should have brought an Avenger, huh? Of course we don't get any Castoria Zerker
おや行くかい
cards on turn 1. That's unfortunate.
どうだい簡単なマジックさ夏だからね派手に行くよ
I mean, it is a cool... Is it the same sprite? For some reason it looks different. Maybe I'm crazy. Anyway, I haven't pulled on her. Have not pulled on Dubai BB yet. I still don't have CL. CL comes first.
現実にその光はないとしても諦めず投げ出さず強がって歩き出すこの希望を知っているからホープウィル・キャメロット癖になりそう
I should probably Garden of Avalon.
楽園の端にようこそ
Get that health recovery going.
そこは壁もなく城もなく国すらない始まりの空
Because I'm gonna take damage this turn for sure.
ガーデン・オブ・アバロン
The NP game's also nice.
剣のマーチ開いた
Okay, what are these buffs doing? Oh, okay, I see. It's putting Charm on, and that's why our attacks are getting halted.
空嵐神なる音君に全チップをかけよう頼むぞ
Alright.
言ったな
そっか行くよーし
Hopefully the charm doesn't hit.
うつしよととこよその境もろくうつろなることを知るがいい真剣草薙の太刀
剣のマーチ大きく華やかに
Nice. Good.
開いた
God, that AoE is so annoying. Okay, let's just take Ibuki out. Honestly. That's better. Okay.
どうしま了解
Now hopefully we can actually deal damage.
フィニッシュ
Bruh, that hurts.
ご注文受けたまわりました
さてカウンティングオーバー 理想のエネルギー補給です評価完了評価完了
Alright, let's do... She's technically divine, right? Lawful good, so that should be have... Not just do it like
ホ
this.
ルダーの証明をはい
現実にその光は
I'm
ないとしても
hoping
諦
she
めず
just
投げ出さ
kills.
ず強がって歩き出すこの希望を知っているからホープイルキャメロット癖になりそう
Well, she didn't. Alright, that's fine.
逆光剣せい切り札はこちらが先だ
Countered.
フラガ
Countered. Alright. You.
どうします
よーし
行くかい
出すね
You need to die.
突撃ですどうだ
Please, frick you. Why are you so tanky? It's because you're a ruler, but still, it's some bullshit. Bye,
ひ
Merlin.
とまず退散
Bye, Merlin boy. Alright.
どうします
そっか行く
There we go. Okay.
せっかくだ
That was actually a pretty interesting fight.
どうか
Annoying, but interesting. Oh. Okay.
土曜牛の日うなぎ
I thought it would.
最高
I thought it'd be after battle dialogue. I guess not. I guess I was mistaken.
It seems these would-be contenders have what it takes to compete. As the Chocolate Fairy, I declare this MAB match is now officially underway. The taste testing shall take place at high noon tomorrow. Contestants will have until then to prepare their chocolate. Both contestants must use the cooking facilities provided in this cathedral, and may employ up to one fairy assistant. Any questions? None here. I can't wait to get started since I already have someone in mind to give this chocolate to. I'm gonna make the best chocolate anyone will taste all year. It'll be better than anything Gloucester has to offer. Hang on, are we doing this? What in the world does making chocolate have to do with choosing a leader? Everything. This has been the law of the land in Edinburgh for the past 1600 years.
There's no such rule in real life Edinburgh. I wouldn't have guessed.
Alright, Lady Artoria, you take the Star Kitchen. Lady Nocnaria, you take the Moon Kitchen. I'll prepare rooms for the night, for the rest of Lady Artoria's companions. I'm afraid you won't be able to talk to the Chalk-testants while they're in the kitchen, but you're free to talk outside the kitchens if you like. Alright, enjoy your chocolate making. And remember, fortune smiles on those with truly strong hearts.
Yeah.
Well, at least it was nice of them to reserve rooms for us, but...
Yeah, she doesn't know anything about making chocolate.
Mash,
Once we're done talking here.
I know. You'd like me to assist Artoria in her chocolate duel, right?
Yeah. Yeah, you've had a few years of Valentine's under your belt.
I may be a demi-servant, but the fairies seem to treat me as one of them, so that shouldn't be a problem. That'd be great. Thanks for doing this. But before you get started, I would like to go over everything we've learned so far. Just as Caldians. You already told us about what happened after you were sent to the past in Norwick, of course. But I still want to hear what happened to you before then and fill you in on what's happened with us. And this should be a good place for a private chat, especially since Muramasa and Grima are in another room. So that's what happened to you after we got separated. Salisbury, Gloucester, Londinium, Manchester, and the Lake District. Plus everything with the Round Table Army, of course.
Weird to say that, given that you fought with the original Round Table army, apparently. So, I mean, or, you know, alongside. Sort of.
I never would have guessed that Pepe was here too, and does account of all things. I'm sure it fits him like a glove. Unfortunately, Pepe's not the only cryptor here. We saw Beryl and Camelot too. Though it sounds like you were actually the first to run into him here. That's right. I saw him in Sheffield. That was when... You lost the Black Beryl, huh? Beryl probably took it for himself. I'm so sorry. All the time and effort you and Shion spent on it, and I just left it there.
It's okay. Trump cards pop up when they need to anyway. But... he didn't get his hands on it. Because at the end of that section, didn't he say where'd the cylinder go, or where'd the thing go? I'm pretty sure. I think Hobbitrop probably has it. If I had to guess.
Again, I'm so sorry. If only I'd...
Unless I'm misremembering, but I'm pretty sure Beryl didn't get it.
Hey, you still didn't have your memories back after the Nameless Woods ordeal, right? Then there's no way you could have known. Don't worry about the Black Beryl. We can always track it down. The important thing is that you're still alive. And fortunately, it looks like we won't even need it for this mission anyway. Oh, really? I mean, if we don't have to use it, that's great, but...
Child of Prophecy's no slouch herself, not to mention...
Yep, we have something even better than a Black Beryl now. What do you mean?
Are Director Gordolph and Holmes coming to help us in the Shadow Border?
No, nothing like that. I'm talking about you, Mash. The Orton Axe may not be working right now, but your Spirit Origin is putting out more power now than it ever has. It's probably the Tamlin rules at work. Bargus and the others were gifted the Round Table Knights' names.
And you literally, I mean, even if he's checked out, you know, you still technically have Galahad's Spirit Origin in you.
But you're gifted with Tamlin Galahad's name on top of already borrowing his power, giving you effectively a double Galahad bonus. No wonder you were able to go toe-to-toe with Lancelot. You're basically a high servant now. A peerless warrior, even among peerless warriors. You can feel that too as her master, right, Ritsuka?
Her little eggplant's all grown up. You're super mash. Yep, my Kohai's a sight to behold.
I see. Then I'll do my very super best to help.
Yeah, we're counting on ya. We're gonna go look around the city. You guys wanna come? Time for some recon, huh? Victoria might be busy in the kitchen right now, but we've got nothing but time on our hands. So we gotta do something to make ourselves useful. How about you, Da Vinci?
I'm gonna sit this one out. Besides, stuff to write my report.
Say, where's Mash? Isn't she with you? Artoria needed Mash's amazing chocolate-making skills more than we did. Gotcha. Sounds like she got a real shot at winning, then. If it came to it, I was thinking I'd make the chocolate myself, but maybe now I won't need to. You're way too easy on Artoria, you know that? Is that any way for one of the foreign god's disciples to conduct himself? Shut up, you blue-haired dillweed. I still owe her my life for saving me from that auction. Besides, I ought to be asking you why you were so easy on Nocnaria. She looked like a friend of yours or something? Actually, yes. But even though she's the spitting image of her, they're completely different people. Nocnaria has been living her own life free of influence from any human history connections. I had to go after my destiny, but she took hers by the horns and made it submit to her. And I swear I've never seen such a free-spirited woman anywhere. Can't help but smile, right?
Yeah.
Sounds like Ku's more interested in Nocnaria than actual Med. You don't say. So the last Queen Mab disappeared in the era of the High Queen 400, and Nocnaria was born 100 years ago in the era of the High Queen 1900. Okay, this is probably the event that's gonna fill in the 1900 slot and 400 slot, respectively, I guess, because those are the only two that were left. Unless it's coincidence, but I doubt that. So the city went without a leader for about 1,500 years, huh? That's right. I thought it was strange when I first heard about this too. But apparently the Northern Fairies continued to live by the past Queen's teachings even after she was gone. They say she told them that a new King Clan Fairy would be born again one day, and that they were to obey Morgan until that day came. So what happened to the Northern Fairies after Nocnaria was born? They went right back to their old ways, of course. Things have been tense between them and Morgan ever since. For 100 years, Nocnaria has been teaching the Northern Fairies order and discipline, gradually turning them into a real army. When Ainsel predicted the Child of Prophecy, Morgan wasn't the only one who was worried. I bet Nocnaria went ballistic upon hearing the news too, at least on the inside. She was probably all, "I've been working towards this for 100 years now. No way am I letting some podunk backwater fairy beat me to the punch." Ah, now I gotcha. So that's why Artoria and the Queenie hit it off so well. Is this one of those you only hurt the ones you love things? Something like that. I mean, they both know what it's like to bear the weight of crushing responsibility. They probably never had anyone else they could curse out with it. But they could curse out without it becoming a big to-do before they met each other. They might be in completely different circumstances, but they're still equals where it counts. The way I see it, things are gonna work out no matter who wins this contest. So let's just let them have their fun. All that aside, you sure know a whole lot of things, don't you, Dreamer? Anything else you know but haven't shared? Like, say, why this place is called the Queen City? I don't know where the name comes from. I already told you everything I could. Huh, we're a long ways from the main road now, aren't we?
Yeah, weird.
No, hey guys, you out for a walk too? Nah, I don't blame you. Not much to do up in our hotel room after all.
We would take advantage of the opportunity to do some sightseeing too. Especially since we almost never come this far north.
Did you guys see anything unusual?
No, not really.
What's with you, Redra? Not like you to be so hedgy.
Well, I'm hoping it's just my imagination, but there seem to be a lot more Wind Clan fairies here than I was expecting.
Oh. Yeah. Oh, you guys new here? Welcome to the Edinburgh Development Ward. This is where all the refugees who haven't been able to share in Lady Nocnaria's power live. Still, we're all treated as full citizens. We all have jobs and roofs over our heads, even if they are just tents. In the meantime, I'm sure Lady Nocnaria will make you guys into King Clan fairies once the war against Queen Morgan's over. So go ahead and put your tent up wherever you like. If you're lucky, you might even get a job in the medical ward. But don't worry, Moore's disease isn't nearly as bad as it's made out to be. What's... we already know what Moore's disease is, so let's go with... Well, we can move into... But no, we already know this... too, don't we? And I guess Artoria mentioned that Nocnaria welcomes everyone into the King Clan. but being made into King Clan fairies is, I guess, technically different. Ah, is that a human? What in the world were you all thinking, bringing a human to Edinburgh of all places? If Nagnaria finds out about this, you'll all be... Wait, don't tell me. Are you guys also? No, we're travelers. We're just passing through. We'll be leaving tomorrow, so please don't worry about us. I see. Guess I'd better get going then. Sorry for taking up your time. Okay. Weird. No way that guy actually lives around here. There's something way too shifty about him. He's probably one of Morgan's spies. A lot of room for rats like that in a city this big. Should we tell Nocnaria about him? Don't bother. We can't snitch on a resident on Muramas's hunch alone. True, if he's innocent and gets executed, that would... Yeah. That wouldn't be good in our conscience. For that matter, have you noticed how all the fairies in this world have scars on their shins? I'm guessing that's maybe where the command spells that were used to drain their yearly existence tax were removed, maybe? I'm guessing they're either refugees from the south, fairies who've lost their purpose, or no more fugitives who fled the south. So this town's full of criminals, huh? I guess Nocnaria is either really magnanimous or she's really big on cheap labor. Maybe it's both. Every fairy becomes land when they die, regardless of what they were like in life. So having more fairies live here means that her territory will eventually expand. And that must be how Edinburgh grew to this scale in the 1600 years since Queen Mab disappeared.
Then something doesn't add up. If fairies have been living up here for over 1600 years in the era of the High Queen, then why are the edges of Britain unchanged since the Fae era? Could this city be... I wouldn't put it past Mab to do that.
What? Turning a desolate wasteland into a prosperous city in a single generation. Her next generation being born 100 years ago.
I knew it. Now it's all making sense. No wonder Morgan's left her alone all this time.
If she plays her cards wrong, Nocnaria could end up becoming a calamity herself.
Abitra, what do you mean by that? What? Nah, I'm probably just overthinking it.
Are ya? Okay, sure, maybe, it's possible.
Anyway, let's head back Redra a bit. It's all wasteland up ahead, so there's nothing more to see here anyway.
I see. And I take it you're going to ride on my back again. I was the one who said it wouldn't be any trouble. But that was before I knew you were much, much heavier than you look.
Myahaha. That's because I got substance where it counts.
Then that would be...
Just you wait, once I eventually grow up, old Happycat's gonna have the most bangin' bod you've ever seen.
Aren't you like 6,000 years old? I think you're not gonna grow anymore.
Aren't you the type of fairy who never gets any older?
Anyway, I wouldn't wander around here too much if I were you either, Ritsuka. I don't know why Nocnaria let you off the hook, but if you run into any northern fairies with long memories, they won't think twice about ganging up on ya.
Oh yeah. I guess you know more about that than I do, since I only have the first Grimmer's notes to go off of. Tell us something, Habitrat. The Northern Fairies used to be the first group of fairies who coexisted with humans, right? Like in the War of Summer and such. So why does Nocnaria hate them so much now? Yeah, I was curious about that. Yeah, do you know what's up with that?
What, you mean you don't even know that? No, alright, I guess I can tell you. It all goes back to what happened 4,000 years ago during the War of Summer and Fate year 2000. Queen Mab invaded Britain from the Western Island and drove the other clans to the brink of extinction. Word has it that Ash then stepped in, convinced Mab to back down and reconcile with the clans, and had her and her people officially recognized as the King Clan. But that's not exactly the whole truth. For one thing, Mab would never agree to reconcile with the clans when her victory was already assured.
Yeah, good point. I always thought that story spun things a little too neatly for the other clans. Wait, don't tell me.
Yep. Mab snatched defeat from the jaws of victory right at the very end, when her human right-hand man and husband betrayed her. Oh! And of course, Ash wasn't. Oh, so she just hates, like, male humans more than female humans, I guess? And of course, Ash wasn't about to pass up a chance like that. She backed Mab into a corner while she was already writhing in pain and gave her the thrashing of her life. Then she made her swear to join the other clans and never attack Britain again.
When it rains, it pours, huh? I know that kind of underhanded tactic is par for the course when it comes to war, but still.
No wonder she hates humans so much. Heck, I wouldn't be surprised if she wants to wipe them all out.
Nah, Edinburgh would never be this grand of a city if she just wanted to wipe humans out. I think the real question the story raises is, why was she writhing in pain?
Oh, it's, I imagine he has a point to saying that, but I got no idea.
この時期スペインではサンフェルミン祭と今回も無事に帰還できましたね。戦いは厳しくなる一方ですね。
More. Alright. You know what? I'm gonna do a BB Dubai poll. Instead of CL. CL's hurt me. She's hurt me too much. Okay, I don't think I got anything. And Alright. Alright, that's fine. That's alright. Life is pain, Dio. That night in Ritsuka's room, I see pay. No. Yeah, no. I wonder who that could be. Come in.
Excuse me, Senpai. I'm back on temporary reprieve from chocolate duty. But this chocolate battle's very heated, so I can't stay long.
Heated, huh? I think I can guess how things are going.
Now, if you don't mind, I'd like you to answer a question for me. What shape do you think would be best for chocolate?
Maybe, I was gonna say Britain shaped, but no, that's probably too complex of a shape. Well, taking Artori as a beginner into consideration, I think I'd have to say something standard.
I knew it. Thank you, Senpai. This was very helpful. Okay, better get back to the battlefield. Sleep well, Senpai.
Now who is it? Come in.
Woohoo!
Okay.
It's okay, human. There's nothing to be afraid of. I'm Iken, Lady Nocnaria's faithful soldier. Lady Nocnaria's just finished the 8th step for chocolate recipe and is currently taking a break. When she's finished, she'll be up all night working on steps 9 through 19. But for now, she'd like someone to talk to while she takes her break. Yes, of course I mean you. There's no one else in this room. Just accept there's no getting out of this and come with me. And don't even think about trying to escape by jumping out the window. I wouldn't dream of it. That'd be ridiculous. Needless to say, a fairy in Lady Nocnaria's position has many things to consider at all times. So this break she's taking is on a strictly need-to-know basis. There won't be any guards keeping watch. This is as far as I go, too. Don't worry, Lady Nocnaria's hatred of humans may be famous, but she's still not as unreasonable as a night call. As long as you hold your breath, keep quiet, stay perfectly still, and never speak except to agree with her, you might just make it out of there alive. Oh! Okay. Sure. Alright then, good night, good luck. Very comforting, thank you.
There you are. I didn't expect you to come alone. Have you been enjoying the Edinburgh nightscape? We may not be as fancy as Gloucester, but I like to think our main street is still a pretty sight. Just a little bit on the way here. Oh, what am I saying? Of course you did. I can tell from that sparkle in your eyes. That's the look of someone who picked up a beautiful insect thread scarf before stopping by a cafe for a chocolate-infused cocktail. My Edinburgh really is the best, isn't it? Just look at how it's even entranced with the foreign mage with its charms. Sure. But I digress. I invited you here for a very specific reason. Tell me about the outside world. What Morgan called proper human history. I don't care about it, of course, but as the Queen of the Northern Fairies, I need to at least be familiar with it. Or are you so scared to be here without your companions that you can't even speak? Foreign mage or not, you're still just a weak little human after all. You could never be the one to make a call about whether to leak classified info to an enemy on your own. Okay, let me start with Claudia. She's like, oh? Oh, that was unexpected. Are we back? What the heck, man? I still don't know why my internet does that sometimes. I don't know. It's very annoying. And that's about the long and short of it. Hang on. You covered all that stuff so eloquently that it was easy to follow along. I need you to stop here for a moment, though. I need to process all of that. Okay, there's Chaldea, heroic spirits, lost belts, proper human history. Okay, I've basically got it. Looks like there's not much point in thinking about this stuff now, is there? This is the kind of thing I can worry about after Morgan's been defeated, right? Nah, exactly. No need to get into it now. That's fine then. Thanks for the valuable info. You have my gratitude. The gratitude of a queen. A good ruler does more than just wage war with their enemies, you know. They also need a plan to rule their nation after they've won. I know Britain isn't really surrounded by a sea of nothingness. There's actually a much larger world out there beyond the water. Of course, fairies typically hide in the woods and don't mesh well with the human world. But with the right motivation, there are a lot of ways to get around that. I can't believe there's still so much to do even after things are wrapped up here. I can't wait to get started. Are you talking about invading other countries? That's right. If there's another world that rich in resources, I'll have to make another Western island. And pay this. You called it North America, right? A little visit. Why North America specifically? Europe is a hell of a lot closer. Just saying. It's literally right across a channel from Britain.
I guess that means you and I will be enemies again when that happens. That should be fun. Oh, it's just referencing... okay, I see. Gotcha. She just wants to... Alright. I should tell her that won't work. But I can't bring myself to.
There, you just made that face again.
Just like the one you did when you made that weird comment about my chocolate fields.
Why is that? Is there a version of me in your world too or something?
Kinda. Wait, on second thought, don't answer that. I really, really want to know about this other me. But if I find out now, it's gonna make me throw a tantrum. Oh, at least you know yourself well. Oh crap, now I really want to tell her.
Whew, that was close.
But I managed to preserve my queenly dignity. I don't think that's... dignity preserved. Because if anyone saw that, I'd have them executed before they could tell anyone. Oh, I saw nothing, Your Majesty.
Very good, a perfect response.
Still, maybe I should at least ask you this.
Let's say another version of me did exist in your world, in her final moments. Was she not betrayed by her lover? Did she remain a cold-blooded queen to the end?
The cause you were fighting for aside, you were awesome.
I see. Well, of course I was. There's no way I, of all people, would ever die of a broken heart. So what kind of valiant warrior defeated me? They must have been a really strong fairy, right? Huh? Cheese?
As in the stuff you make from sheep's milk and eat with bread?
Huh.
So there's a cheese fairy in your world. Maybe they're related to Ike and Drum.
Sure.
The cheese was just the method. A human slung it. So that other me was killed by a human. That's what you're telling me? Yeah, the other you was also human. Did you just take all that trouble to tell me such a ridiculous story, even knowing how much I hate humans? It's how that particular queen met her end.
Are you kidding me?
You can't say that kind of thing with a straight face. It's a total mood killer.
Then again, it was a human that was responsible for the last queen's downfall, too. I guess when you're big enough, even a little pebble can trip you up. Yeah, thinking about it that way, I could see my other self getting killed by a human.
And hey, at least she wouldn't have to put up with any weird curses afterwards. If you don't mind my asking about the last queen.
That's right, losing her lover hurt her so badly that she couldn't fight anymore, which led to Ash beating her. Mab put too much trust in humans. She thought they were the same as her, and so she loved them too much. She charged onto the battlefield with her most beloved soldier by her side. He did his best to keep up with her, but he couldn't quite make it to the end. Just when they'd won their final battle against the clans, Mab turned, intending to celebrate with him, only to see her beloved draw his final breath. It's no surprise, really. Of course, a mere human could never keep up with a fairy, let alone an A-ray like Mab. But he still promised to stay with her, and he broke that promise. That was his betrayal. That was when Mab lost the will to fight. The moment she realized how foolish she had been, and how much that soldier had really loved her. Still, her broken heart was all healed up by the time the era of the High Queen came around, and she soon set her sights on ruling all of Britain. Mab then retired after she built Edinburgh, and no new King Clan fairies were born for a long time. She left a hole for about 1500 years until I came along and filled it. I'm the second King Clan fairy ever. I inherited Mab's power and am truly worthy of being queen. I am a truly great fairy. I hate humans because they're useless in war. I'm not going to make the same mistake Mab did. I'm going to defeat Morgan with my clan alone. That's why I don't need Artoria's roundtable army getting in my way. It's an eyesore at best. I'd make your peace soon if I were you. Once I win tomorrow's duel, all humans will be mine to do with as I please. And I'm going to put you all to work in my nice, safe chocolate factory with full benefits until the day you die. So... you just don't want humans to meet grisly ends. Is that it? So you don't really hate them. I'm not worried. Artoria's going to win. Besides, humans aren't as fragile as you think, Nocnaria. Okay, break's over. I'd better get back to work. Enjoy your freedom while you can, Ritsuka. This is the last night you'll have it after all. Sure. Sure. We'll see. We'll see about that. What a long night. I'd better go to bed. Here. Now who is it? Come in? Maybe I should try opening the door slowly? Okay. Oberon, can you just be normal? Made you look. You totally thought I was knocking on your door, didn't you? Ah, well this time I came in through the window. Oberon? Easy there. Keep your voice down. It's very late, you know. And what's more, I'm traveling incognito today. If anyone asks, I was never here, okay? Why incognito, you ask? Okay, it's partly because I got tired of being the Roundtable Army's errand boy, and ran off for a while. Really though, it's that the Fairy King never stays in one place for too long. And the real reason's that I was worried about you guys. I mean, we're all friends now, right? Of course I'm going to worry about you. So on that note, I hope you don't mind that I'm here. Of course not. Why would we? So good evening, Ritsuka. Congratulations on ringing the 4th bell. We could hear it all the way back in Londinium. The Roundtable Army's morale has never been higher. Percival's made a seat at the table for any Fang Clan fairies who want to come over from Oxford. Gareth's been having a great time in Londinium with the kids. They just finished tilling a new field, in fact. Spriggan seems to be up to something, which worries me, I admit. But all in all, the South has been relatively stable so far. Of course, whether it stays that way is all up to you guys. Yeah. You're here to talk to Nocnaria, right? I have been hearing rumors about tomorrow's Mabba match all throughout the city. If Nocnaria joins forces with the Child of Prophecy, that'd be a huge boost to our chances against Camelot. Once Nocnaria agrees to an alliance, and Artoria rings Oxford's bell, we could begin our attack on Camelot in around 3 days. But what about the 6th bell? I'm sorry. I've been looking everywhere for it, but still no luck. Still, the bells of pilgrimage are meant to show that the clans have recognized the Child of Prophecy. And since the last one, the Mirror clan, is gone now, there arguably isn't much point in ringing theirs. So I think just 5 bells ought to be enough.
I hope you're right, but...
Is something bothering you? Artoria's been getting more stressed with every bell she rings. I see. Well, that makes sense. You know how she gets stronger every time she rings the bell? At first I thought that meant she was growing. But I've realized that it's actually more unlocking her latent power.
I think the Fairy of Paradise is probably born with her true power, essentially bound. And the Bells of Pilgrimage are a means to break those bonds. They probably also restore the knowledge and memories she's always had, but were locked away all this time. Every time Artoria rings the bell, she learns more about her duty and her destiny. Now that she's rung 4 of them, she's probably a completely different person from who she was when we met her in the Nameless Woods. How so? By now, she must have a much stronger sense of duty, and I'm sure her priorities must have shifted a lot too. She's probably making decisions based on what the Child of Prophecy should be doing, rather than what she herself actually wants. Am I wrong? I don't know. If anything, I think she's being more true to herself than ever. Is that so? Well, in this case, I guess it's a good thing she's so naturally stubborn. Still, I can tell you're concerned about her, and that you're keeping your concerns to yourself so as not to worry her. Do you remember what I said before? In the soft spell, you and I are just bystanders. Our role here is to see how things play out. Yeah, of course I remember that. Of course I do. Well, it's still true. We can't save Britain, and we can't save Artoria from her destiny. Once we acquire a means of fighting the foreign god, the best thing we can do is put this place behind us. That being said, I really respect your determination and your commitment. And I'm not just talking about Chaldea. I'm talking about every step you've taken to get here. Once Morgan's been defeated, if you still want to save Britain, no, if you still want to help Artoria, I'll support you however I can, even if it means going well out of our way before helping proper human history. Okay. Do you think it's okay to say how I really feel? Of course it is. When you get right down to it, the only ones who can really do big things are those who work hard for what it is they want. Trust me, I have come this far on my own too, so I have some idea of what it feels like. I mean, you've been working so hard for so long. I think you're entitled to put at least 1/10 of that effort into indulging yourself. I want to see where the "but if I do that" thought leads. Like, I feel like this will tell us why Ritsuka is so... Yeah. Artoria is another matter, though. I have no intention of indulging her. You know, she's incredibly competitive, but has almost no self-esteem. Not a great combination. If we don't keep her in line with her sense of duty, she's liable to go completely off the rails. You really are hard on Artoria, aren't you, Oberon? Of course I am. You would be too if you spent as much time worrying about her as I do, only to have her go and do something you never expected. I don't even know how many times I've had to pull strings from behind the scenes anymore. Ugh, if only she'd grown up more like a docile princess, and less like a wild boar. I mean, I'm sorry. That's more a personal preference than anything else. Honestly, well, I think Artoria's just fine the way she is. There's certainly never a dull moment, when she's around. Well, now I know he really does like her. Hard not to, I suppose. Anyway, that's enough chatter for today. In fact, crap, I've been talking too long. I need to be back in Londinium by morning, or they'll know I've skived off. Bye!
Are you sure Artoria isn't your Titania? Oh, I don't know about that. I mean, I'm always on the lookout for her, even now. But even in a story with a guaranteed happy ending, she's only the very smallest bit of bit players. She's a convenient plot device, forgotten as soon as it's no longer needed. No one ever gave a thought to her happiness when all was said and done. But that's the life of a side character. You can't stop to worry about every little thing, or the whole world will fall apart. You can't expect that kind of imagination from a reader, or even from the playwright writing their script. Besides, it's all just a fairy tale. She was born to be forgotten with the turn of a page. So it's okay. My queen is the sort of woman who shouldn't ever actually exist. What's sad? Sad way of viewing things, Oberon.
土曜、牛の日、うなぎ、最高。今回も
I'm sure you'll meet your Titania.
新生ダヴィンチちゃんの素敵な工房にようこそ。
You just have to keep looking.
この時期スペイン
Or maybe I'm being too hopeful for him. It's probably the case, but you know, there's a chance. Alright, we're about to be assaulted. Nocnaria gonna throw a tantrum after Artoria beats her in chocolate making. Why is there a feast out?
Good day, distinguished guests, and thank you all for coming. This is the moment you've all been waiting for. The Valentine Mab match to determine which of these two fairies is prouder, more dignified, and just overall better than the other.
There are a lot of spectators in here.
In the Moon Kitchen, we have Lady Nocnaria, leader of the Northern Fairies and daughter of the last queen.
Damn, is that all the chocolate she's carting around behind her? There's enough there to make a chocolate Orton axe.
In the Star Kitchen, we have Lady Artoria, the child of prophecy who has made even Queen Morgan sit up and take notice.
Uh-oh. Is that stuff she's carting behind her really chocolate? Even Mash's shield looks more appetizing. Damn.
Are both contestants ready? You now have 1 hour to complete your finishing touches here in the cathedral. Remember, chocolate is toxic.
Be sure to go out with a fiery finish. Okay. Go on, Star Kitchen, you can do this.
Please direct your attention to Lady Nocnaria in the Moon Kitchen. As you can see, she's both calm and unhurried, even as she remains constantly in motion. A sure sign of someone with eyes on the prize. When I stopped by her kitchen this morning for a comment, she said, and I quote, "My chocolate isn't merely a delicacy. It's art designed to melt your very soul." And looking at how it's coming along now, I believe it. I only wish all of you in the mezzanine could see this too. We can't even see it from the ground floor. Don't you have any screens around here? Unfortunately, only those in the box seats can see the action unfold for themselves. If that interests you, you can always reserve one for the next Mab match for
60,000 more pounds.
A bit steep, huh?
10 times the price of the mezzanine seats, Sounds fair.
Next, please direct your attention to Lady Artoria and her dazzling collaboration with her assistant in the Star Kitchen.
Is that a cake? I've never seen such wonderfully intricate decorations on one before. Her assistant's practically glowing with magical energy. I mean, sheer concentration. In the midst of all this chaos, she's adding details down to the millimeter. What an absolute madwoman. We may have a dark horse in our hands. Word on the street was that Lady Nocnaria was a shoo-in to win, but at this stage, it looks like the odds may actually be favoring the star. Well, it already looks good enough to eat. You really are great at this, Mash. Okay, now to add a pinch of my secret ingredient. Yeah.
What'd you do?
Are you an idiot? Ahem. I do beg your pardon. Please continue to enjoy this unique form of chocolate making. What'd you do? So we should just run for it now, right? Nah, I can't believe I'm saying this either, but we still don't know how this is gonna go. Valentine chocolate's more about feeling than flavor, right? So there's still a chance she could pull ahead. Flavor's pretty important too, though. Time's up. Alright, contestants, let's see what you've got. First up, Lady Nocnaria in the Moon Kitchen. Magnificent, truly magnificent. The sheer artistry and technical skill on display is a sight to behold. This chocolate Edinburgh castle with a special 19-layer coating perfectly captures the dignity of the queen. Oh! If ever there was a chocolate to take its recipient's breath away, this is it. Though I think actually receiving this could be a bit too much in more ways than one. It's all true, of course, but there's no need to be that effusive with your praise. I couldn't have done this without my capable assistant. I can drum. Thank you, Lady Nocnaria. Now it's time to see what Lady Artoria's made in the Star Kitchen. I can't imagine why you made such a bold choice for your chocolate, but let's see it anyway. Phew. It's a normal heart shape. No, it can't be. What the meow? What's the meaning of this? Who? Huh? What's with this reaction? I understand how you feel, everyone. I'm right there with you myself. But as your MC and as judge, it falls to me to be the first to say this, so say it I will. What an incredible shape! It's smooth, plump, and seems to be practically pulsing with warmth. That's what I call a Valentine. We are all witness to the birth of an all-new chocolate design. Oh, did the butt shape, heart shape not become a thing in Fairy Britain? But it's on your waist right now! What do you mean? Okay. Whatever. Huh? Woohoo! With power, with strength, I can feel my blood boiling with excitement just looking at it. I simply have to ask you, Lady Artoria, how did you come up with this design? Okay. Why did you abandon that lovely cake your assistant made in favor of this? That shape is the Northern Fairy's most venerated symbol. It means, prove thyself the strongest. What made you think to use it for your chocolate? Are you some kind of genius? Oh no, definitely not. Mash just taught me how to make it, that's all. She said it also represents the heart, even though it looks nothing like a real one. And since it's so simple to make, it's easy to put your own heart and soul into it.
easy to put your heart and soul into. What a beautiful expression. I can't believe I have all fairies forgot about the single most important thing that goes into chocolate. That's right, it doesn't matter how expensive your ingredients are, or how fancy the brand is. What truly matters is the feelings you put into it. Well, Lady Nocnaria's chocolate is undoubtedly more beautiful to look at, and surely more delicious. There's no question that Lady Artoria's chocolate is the clear winner when it comes to sheer passion. As of this moment, I have nothing but the highest respect for her. And so we have our winner, Lady Artoria of the Star Kitchen. Yay?
That's it, Artoria. You finally found your own forte.
Taking credit as her mentor despite being completely uninvolved. Well, I'll be damned. I had no idea you had an ace like that up your sleeve. Okay. Would you consider selling me the rights to that idea?
You did it, Artoria. It's all thanks to you, Mash.
This makes the 212 practice chocolates we made worth it. Is there no concept of a heart shape in this lost belt? But it's literally on card. Okay.
Sure looks that way.
Either that, or they just don't associate that symbol with the heart or soul.
I mean, just look at Nocnaria's magical energy aura.
Alright, she can't see it herself, can she?
This doesn't make any sense. The castle should have won no matter how you slice it. How'd they make that into some kind of feel-good story?
Now, let's just call this a one-of-a-kind fluke victory. Besides, knowing Nocnaria, I'm sure it'll just be a matter of time until she incorporates heart shapes into her next beautiful cat. Huh? Why is it beating? Victoria? How come your chocolate looks like it's pounding? Did you do something to it? Just to be sure, it's not about to explode, is it? I think it's about to explode. Of course not. Not even Artoria would mistake gunpowder for sugar. Nope, I definitely didn't. Trust me, I tasted every ingredient and only put in the yummy ones. All of them. What do you mean, all of them? Like, what does that entail, and how does it still look like chocolate? All of them? What exactly do you mean by all of them? I mean all the different ingredients, of course. You guys had so many good ones for us to use that it would have been a waste not to use them, right? It's true, I saw it myself. While Mash was cleaning up the mixing bowls. Lady Artoria used some shifty technique to squeeze all the ingredients into the chocolate. That gave the chocolate a massive amount of magical energy, fusing its ingredients and creating a new life form. And now, as you can see, it's created a calamity that threatens the entire world. Urk. Karen, no! We're fighting okay. The Child of Prophecy made a super weapon! Run for your lives! Of course you did. Ah, it's damaging my cathedral! And it's turning my fairies into chocolate! What in the world were you thinking? You can't just mix in anything and everything. Let me guess, you're the kind of fairy who thinks anything that takes 10 minutes at low heat to cook can also be cooked in 2 minutes at high heat, aren't you? Nods. That's not how cooking. Okay, Artoria, we gotta. We need to have a talk. You know, I could see that being something Artoria suggests to Shiro in... Was that a gag in Hollow Ataraxia, actually? I swear I actually remember a scene where Saber is like, wanna cook faster if you turn it to high? I swear there was a gag like that in either Hollow Ataraxia or Emiya Family there had to have been, right? I feel like there was. Huh.
Master, we need to fight to preserve Artoria's honor.
Could have been with Media. She is cooking scenes with Shiro. Maybe. To be frank, it's not. Yeah, no, I know, but I feel like that like in terms of like connecting it with this Artoria, right? I feel like that was a thing that actual like Saber Artoria also did in one of those. I don't know.
I mean, to cover up the evidence, some hearts just can't be saved.
Nice turn of phrase there, Mash.
Please don't beat it up too badly. I promise it should still be really yummy.
Okay, whatever you say, Mash. Or Artoria. Mashtoria. Whatever you say. And we'll bring Merlin. You know what? Yeah, let's pop one of these bad boys.
夏だからね。戦いも観光も涼やかなものがいい。
Sorry about that. I was getting a bit hungry, so I ate some crackers. I head off to the side really quick. Misbegotten monstrosity. I don't know how you created one of Hephaestus's hand things, or Hephaestus Prometheus, but you know, kind of impressed. TBH. I'm mildly impressed. I don't know how you did that, but you know. Now I swear, if this 90% card doesn't crit, I'll be sad. There we go. Perfect. Both of them crit.
魔力が足りぬ。
どんな時も軽やかに。ご注文受けたまわりました。
リラックスリラックス。
Okay.
ちょっと休憩。
That
よーし、ですね。
That hurt.
現実に
Just fucking
その
was that
光はないとしても
31,000 damage? Just okay. Alright.
投げ出さず
Sure.
強がって
Makes
歩き出
sense.
この希望を
That's one strong ass chocolate.
ホープウィル・キャメロット剣のマーチ。
And now we're killing you before you can hurt my Bassett.
決めちゃおうか。
You must die.
華やかに。
Thank you.
疲れたかい？あとはゆっくりいい夢を見るといい。
I assume we probably just got void dust from it, right? Nothing. Oh no. I mean, of course, it was a, it makes sense, actually. Of course, the Hands of Dawn, even if it wasn't the Hand of Dawn, really, technically, would give embers. Of course it would. Man. Noctaria, look out!
Nocnaria!
No! Child of prophecy! Well, we're doomed. 5 years ago in Gloucester. An incident took place several days after my humiliating experience at the Ferium.
Wow, you're a King Clan fairy, Nocnaria? I've never seen one of you before.
No, that's no surprise. I don't have any subjects in the south yet.
But just you wait. One day all the South's major cities will be home to King Clan fairies.
That's what the Northern Fairies all want.
And it's the destiny I've inherited from the previous queen. So you're carrying on the last queen's purpose, huh? But you're the only King Clan fairy around, right, Nocnaria? So even if you do get the Northern Fairies to move here, that doesn't mean there'll be more King Clan fairies.
Sure there will.
Any fairy I share my blood with becomes part of the King Clan. Huh? Is that sort of a mindset thing? Like the difference between being a bully and a victim?
Wow, you're just the worst at analogies, aren't you?
Queen Bee and drones were right there. Or even a king and her vassals.
Anyway, there's always only been one King Clan fairy ever since the King Clan began.
Mab was born from the corpses of the many Northern fairies who were killed in the War of Spring. Sure, their bodies became part of Britain itself when they died, but they also refused to be reborn as next generations.
Well, it was more like, since there was no land where they would have been born, they would have just died and been reborn again right away.
So rather than subjecting themselves to a cycle like that, they decided to pour all of themselves into a single king. That king was Mab, the Great Fairy. She was kind of like the Northern Fairies' version of Queen Morgan. Mab was all of the Northern Fairies combined into a single fairy. Her rules focused on control and prosperity. It allowed her to share power with anyone who swore loyalty to her. So she did just that with fairies who sought her out, and created a place for them all to live on the Western Island. Of course, creating a whole island took a lot out of her, so she was pretty weak by the time it was done. It just goes to show you never know what life has in store. If Mab hadn't grown weak, she would never have taken on the bodyguard who eventually became her spouse. A spouse?
And let me tell you, they could barely keep their hands off each other. It was like a never-ending spring. Yeah, your predecessor sounds more like a med than you do.
And that's why you should always avoid spring.
Stick to autumn and winter.
At any rate, anyone who swears loyalty to the King Clan gets to share in their power. That means any fairy who's given some of my blood becomes part of the King Clan, for as long as they remain loyal. As the Queen Bee, I have my drones show their loyalty by performing labor, and the drones in turn get my power for themselves. So the more Northern Fairies I bring together under my command, the more the King Clan grows in number. I see. So when you share your power, does that power eventually come back to you? No, it doesn't. That's the one big downside to the system. I don't lend them my power. I give it to them. So the more King Clan fairies I make, the weaker I become. But obviously that wouldn't be sustainable, right? So of course Mab thought of a solution. She expanded her Fey domain to encompass all of Britain, and made a new rule to go with it. As long as her subjects remain part of the King Clan, the clan's combined power shall be her power as well. So even though she was pretty poor after doling out money to all of her subjects, she hadn't actually lost anything since the whole kingdom belonged to her. She chose to empower her nation rather than herself. I think she was really onto something. A nation can't grow by the hand of one person alone, on one set of values. You need many working together to make it as rich and as beautiful as it can be. Gloucester here might be a little, twisted, but it's still a prime example of what I'm talking about. That's why my duty is to claim Camelot's throne for myself and unify all of Britain. It would have been a lot easier if Morgan had named me her successor, but instead she chose Tristan, right? So as long as that whack job's around, what choice do I have but to take it by force? Good point. I couldn't believe my ears. She talked about seizing Camelot's throne with the same nonchalance as someone talking about going out for a walk. As far as I'm concerned, she was already a great queen at that point. Even if she talked about what the last queen wanted, she still chose to be her successor. According to the YouTuber we mentioned before, the one that makes a video about accuracy of FGO servants, if you mix Rider Med and Noctnaria, you get a pretty myth accurate med. Okay. I mean, that makes sense, right? Because servant heroic spirits are just aspects of the historical figures or mythical figures. So Rider Med is just the more lusty aspect, I suppose, because she manifested as a rider. So it would make sense that I mean, obviously this isn't a servant, right? But I'm just saying, like, it makes sense. Yeah. They would, when they have a med lookalike, or someone who is med technically, they would give her the other, more ruler, heavy aspects of her character. She still chose to be her successor. She spoke of her ambitions greedily, selfishly, and without a hint of shame or concern as to what anyone else might think. That's the Noctnaria I knew, the most hard-working fairy in all of Britain. That's one hell of a purpose, but are you sure it's okay to tell me that? I mean, you're talking about revolting against the Queen, right? Oh, are you going to report me? Could you even do that if you wanted to? Especially when you're practically radiating death to all the clans energy yourself. Am I? You are. I know I'm something else, but you're pretty impressive in your own right, you know that? You see yourself as being apart from every other fairy out there, right? Hell, everything about you is out of the ordinary. I'm not talking about the kind of lower class and upper class distinctions that Morgan chose. No, in your case it feels more like you're an entirely different kind of being altogether. Basically, you're looking down at every fairy in Britain. I don't think that's right. Are you nuts? I'm the one who's looked down upon. That's it. That's the spirit. Being reasonable is all well and good, but pieces of you will die if you take it too far like I did. Huh? Are you saying you're dead on the inside, Noctnaria? Even though you're so, well, brazen? Oh wait, I get it. It's the other way around. You're brazen because you're dead. Like the Darlington zombie incident. Don't be ridiculous. Ow, ow, stop that. There's no need for violence. That was just an example. Or rather, that all happened a long time ago. I saw you apologizing to that fairy you were with in the hall earlier. Was that your village's leader or something? No, forget that. Doesn't matter. The point is you kept apologizing, saying you were sorry you're so weak and promising to try your best next time, right? Well, cut it out, at least when I'm within earshot. Hearing that crap really pisses me off. What's wrong with being weak? Who gets hurt if you can't do it? You're the only one who's going to get upset about you being weak, and it's not other fairies who'll be doing their best next time. Of course, it's natural to have regrets over failures, mistakes, overeating, and so on. But never ever apologize just for being weak. There's no greater waste of time. Huh. And just so you know, I'm not telling you this because I feel sorry for you. I'm mad because apologizing for your weakness doesn't help anyone. Least of all yourself. With that kind of power, you should be holding your head high and fighting for what you yourself want. You're a real fiery fairy deep down, right?
like a dragon pretending to be a house cat. So quit worrying about what everyone else thinks of you and sink those fangs into your dreams. She can be very inspiring, huh? Because believe me, there are plenty of people out there who don't have the power to even do that. Those words were what really astonished me. She was born into luxury with incredible power at her disposal, but despite that, or maybe because of it, she also understood exactly how much she and her fellow fairies were truly blessed. Easy for you to say when you're not the one who'll have to live with the consequences. Alright then, if you're going to lecture me about dreams, what about yours? You've probably already sunk your fangs into them, but still. My dream, you need to ask, is romance. When I find someone who rocks me to my core, our romance is going to rock the whole damn kingdom to its foundation. Are you crazy? Besides, it's no dream, that's reality. I mean, you must have had a lover for ages now, right? Well, that's just it. I don't. Hold it, you just laughed at me in your head, didn't you? Don't get me wrong, I'm not lacking opportunities. I could have anyone in Edinburgh if I wanted. Right, of course. How could you not when you're so pretty? But then, why aren't you dating anyone? I guess it's my way of setting myself apart from the last queen. You know how depriving yourself of the thing you want most lights a figurative fire in your belly? Well, I'm going to use that fire to claim the throne and save my romance for after I'm King of Britain. It was so ridiculous I couldn't help but laugh. She didn't even realize that she had her purpose and her dream completely mixed up. She didn't want to become king so she could then have a romance. She just wanted the romance and felt like she had to get her predecessor's wish out of the way by becoming a king to do it. What's so funny? What's your dream then, huh? Is it that much better than mine? I guess mine's not too far off. I want to try walking around the city as an upper-class fairy. I want to be proud and stylish like you are. I can only imagine how great that must feel. I remember thinking I wouldn't mind having her for a rival. I'd had to go without a lot of things in my life, but at least in terms of someone to compete with, it looks like I got everything I could have asked for. You idiot. This isn't pride. This is fashion. I don't mind helping you with that side of things, but that's not what a real dream is. Anyway, first we need to see who can put down the burdens we're carrying the soonest. Should we see who gets there first? Oh, you besties. That night I took in the same night sky as my incredible friend. A fairy who spoke of her dreams with pride and nobility. Bestie? I thought I'd sealed that horrid memory. What? Horrid? What do you mean? It looks like you got a small concussion. Oh, why are you all looking at me like that? Did I miss out on something fun, or...? That's right, I remember now. I took a direct hit from that chocolate. How dare that thing revolt against its creator? Come on, everyone, let's smash that thing and eat it up like the sweet treat it was supposed to be. I guess you really were just knocked out for a bit. Have pleasant dreams, since it seems like you were up all night. No, I didn't. And I wasn't up all night either. I slept great, if you must know. Now do you give in or what? Yes, I give in. You won the mab match fair and square. Lucky for you, the judge made her decision before all the spectators ran for their lives. As promised, I'll let the Child of Prophecy command my forces, and I'll go along with whatever you tell me to. I look forward to seeing what you're capable of. Huh? Are you feeling okay, Nocnaria? Did you eat something that didn't agree with you? She's just abiding by the decision that was made. What do you mean? She's talking about the Alliance. Oh, right. Still, are you sure you're about this? I mean, given what a horrible mess this turned out to be, it doesn't really feel like I won. Oh good, so you do see what a mess this was. I'm glad to know you still have some semblance of rational thought left in that thick skull. Anyway, well, it's obvious I would win a rematch. We don't have any more time to waste. Especially since the Queen's probably known you were in Edinburgh since last night. And once she realizes we're teaming up, she's going to assemble all her forces scattered in Camelot. So we need to take her down before that happens. Are you ready to do this, Artoria? You need to hurry back to the south, ring Oxford's bell. Then bring the Round Table army and any other troops you can gather to my camp. In the meantime, I'll have my forces march to Camelot's main gate. But I thought you said you never joined forces with the Round Table army. I just don't want to see them die in front of me. I can't ensure their safety since they can't join my clan. But I'll admit that human knights, Percival included, are a good match for the Queen's knights. My subjects certainly can't use Moore's poison weapons. So I suppose they can make an exception, especially since I've been told humans aren't as fragile as I believed. Isn't that right, Ritsuka? Well, well, how nice to see you two became friends while I was up all night learning how to make chocolate. By the way, Nocnaria, do you still remember that night in Gloucester? Of course I do. Would you take me for a fool? At any rate, you have my word that the Northern Fairies. I will fight beside the Child of Prophecy. Now get going. We don't have any time. We don't have any time to spare. Okay, that's fair. I was the one who rang Orkney's bell. Ritsuka, Mash, Da Vinci, Muramasa, Happy Cat, Redra, and Grimar. Please pack your bags as soon as you can. We need to hurry to Oxford. Nah, I'm gonna stay put here. You'll need someone to coordinate communications between you and the North, right? Besides, it looks like these guys don't have a mage of their own. So I'm gonna teach them some basics they'll need to know when going up against Morgan.
You will? Well, as long as you can be useful, that's fine with me.
No, don't you worry. I'm going to inscribe runes on as many of your soldiers' shields as I can. Morgan's spells pack a serious wallop, so we gotta make sure they can take at least one hit from them.
Okay, I'll make you my official court mage and tactician then. This is great. Now I'm really starting to feel like a queen. Well, see you later, Artoria, Ritsuka. I would have liked to show you around Edinburgh, but that'll have to wait until another day. Next time we meet, it'll be on the battlefield.
Let's make sure we're both dressed to kill. You know, I can see why some people thought it was filler-ish with the way they went about it, but there obviously was going to be some contest to get Nocnaria on our side, right? So like, they went about it in kind of like a silly way, but ultimately I don't know, it didn't feel that fillery to me. But I don't know. Shufu? Why? Why would you do this to me? Whoops. I mean, I guess it's not the worst thing in the world. Yet another NP2, I guess. But still. Damn it, if I had pulled on BB's banner, I would have gotten Cnoc or XX Alter. Ah, well. Win some, you lose some. Alright. Another Berserker support only.
Whew. It was a lot of work getting here, but we finally have lots of good news to share.
can't wait to see the look on Percival's face. I'm gonna tell him Nocnaria agreed to do what we say.
Yep. But first, to Oxford. Well, look at you, giggling like a schoolgirl. Really enjoyed your match with Nocnaria, huh?
Huh? Yeah, I guess so. Plus, maybe it's because I stayed up all night so I didn't have any weird dreams. Haha. Still, now that I think about it, I have been enjoying myself a lot. That's good. And not just in Edinburgh. For this whole journey. In fact, once we defeat Morgan and this is all over, I think I might even miss traveling around like this. Oh, right, you said Ash and I look identical, didn't you? And saying that kind of thing probably doesn't make it any easier for you, does it? I'm sorry, this whole experience must have been a lot for you. Still, in a way, I'm glad you're mourning her loss. We were both lucky to have you as a companion. Not at all. I'm the one who is lucky to have such great companions. There was Ash, the Black Knight, Rhynek, even though he was a little scary, and... Huh? That's weird. I could have sworn there was someone else with us the whole time, but I can't seem to remember them.
Oh, Webcat! Who's that? Poor Habitrot.
We're under attack. Someone's been waiting to ambush us. We're surrounded. Everyone please get out of here. I need you to defend the wagon.
Shh. Can't believe we're running into the Queen's soldiers even out here in Nocnaria's territory. Let's go, Ritsuka, Da Vinci, mash. Oh. What are those? Moors? Question mark? Damn it, I know what I just said, but you'd better stand back, Ritsuka. You shouldn't even get near these things. Da Vinci, Habitrot, we're gonna take care of them ourselves. Got that?
Works for me. Ritsuka, Mash, you do keep your distance. I'm guessing those things are...
They are? Go on. Continue. Okay.
妖精騎士ハベトロット出撃なんちゃってやば恥ずかしくなってきた
先に行く
オッケー
若造
せーの
Nice, over that. Ate a couple more crackers.
やべ
Alright,
キラキラしてる
I'll pop that. Hang on, what are these? If future zeros with poison 5 turns and curse. Oh. That's not nice.
ふむふむ
Hang on. Why do you... Or just the skill it used. Okay.
お任せて
I should just do Buster first.
ふむふむ
We'll get
芸術とは
our MP gauge filled
降
anyway.
り注ぎますせーのいくよ撃て撃てやべ
I guess these are like advanced Moors, maybe? Like ones that can infect human enemies as well?
ああとても楽しかったとも
Or something?
発進準備完了だいいとも早く駆け抜けるは前人未到
It's like if they're regular Moors, I don't see why we would have had to stand back,
人
but...
生はとても楽しいビューティフルジャーニー
Wait. No, we're fine. We're fine. I was about to say, did I leave the teapots on? But I don't think it even gave us a setup screen. So I hope it doesn't use a teapot. Well, I would be very upset. Okay. I mean, we're not gonna have to kill. Okay, I was gonna say, we don't have to kill all 20 plus of them, or all 20, right? There's no way, right? That would have been, I could have probably handled like 2 more waves, but beyond that would have been a bit much. Archers now. This wouldn't happen to be Tristan or Bavanshi trying to get at us, huh?
This way, Master. We should get away from the wagon for now. I think those creatures that attacked us are living humans who are afflicted with the Morse curse. The Morse curse affecting humans? That shouldn't even be possible unless someone... Look out!
Yeah. Oh yeah, she's lost it. Oh yeah, she's cuckoo. She's cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs.
Wow, that was amazing! You deflected my magecraft deed again. How'd you do it? How'd you know what I was up to? Why are you the only ones running away after all the trouble I went through to scatter all that human trash around?
Bavanshi.
Don't you dare say that name! It's not my fault, it's not! I remember you. You're Tamlin Tristan. Yes, that's right. I'm Mother's only daughter. The only fairy in all of Britain to inherit her magecraft. Which is why... I'm gonna kill you pieces of shit! No pathetic little shits like you are gonna take my rightful place from me. Oh.
Oh, is that all the talking we're gonna do? Okay. I guess that's all the talking we're getting. That's fine. Okay, I can only bring 3 of my people, so I'm gonna turn the teapots off. Saber Berserker. Ooh, actually, frick. There's no way this fight's that hard, right? Probably. Probably. Yeah, this should be fine. Alright. I'm sure nothing bad could ever happen to us. Also, I was not expecting her to come attack us in this section. I thought she would, like, corner us or something at like the Battle of Camelot. Try to kill me if you can. Come on now. Bavanshi, are you okay? Actually, that's a silly question. You're probably not okay. If we're being realistic here, you're probably very much not okay. I'm pretty sure she's chaotic.
現実にその光はないとしても諦めず投げ出さず強がって歩き出すこの希望を知っているからホープウィル・キャメロット
Nice.
やめて
No, you asked for this fight. Why are you saying Yamake? You literally asked for this.
ぐちゃぐちゃにほらほら
Can't back out now. Not when you brought this on yourself.
まだ倒れません。今のうちに準備を。
Alright. Now, I'd rather just
そっか、行く。
hit her with everything I've got. That's
現
preferable.
実にその光はないとしても諦めず投げ出さず強がって歩き出す。この希望を知っているから。ホープウィル・キャメロット。やめてやめてやめてやめて。ワンダー
No, we're not stopping Buffon-Chi. Again, you literally asked for this. Ow.
もっとぐちゃぐちゃ
That poison hurt a lot. Or curse. How much is that evade? Just one. I use this, I guess.
白兵戦行きます。やります。負けないぞ。そっか、行く。ここでまっすぐ。
Oh no.
シュート。入った。ほら。
Wait, what? Oh, that said one left. Wait, what? Or was it one turn? No, what? Did it say 4 left and I just misread it? Oh, she had invincibility. I didn't even notice.
了解。押し切ります。夏の種族行きます。ターゲット。どうやってこうだっけ？現実にその光はないとしても
Sorry,
諦
Buffon-Chi.
めず投げ出さず強がって歩き出す。
You shouldn't have picked the fight with someone you knew you couldn't beat. Just accept your inferiority to the great child of prophecy.
お手をどうぞ、マスターさん。
And just live a
安
life
全な場
of
所までご案内いたします。
mediocrity. You know, as befits you. I lost. Poor pathetic Buffon-Chi. Everyone loves Buffon-Chi. Of course I can't beat you. You're the child of prophecy. You and I are nothing alike. Nothing alike at all. But since I can't beat you in a fair fight, I'll just have to make the human my toy instead. Please do? Oh, don't? Oh? Huh? Oh no, Ritsuka! Where did Senpai Notoria go? Ah, that was perfect. That's one hell of a bonus. I knew the Child of Prophecy would dodge that, so I was going to just trap the human to have some fun with her. But then she walked right into it herself. What a dumbass. But hey, they're both trash anyway, so what better place for them than a dumpster? Okay, you got beaten by trash. What does that make you? Dog poop on the bottom of a shoe? And they're in that jar. What was that? You trying to avenge Bogart or something? Huh. As if I'd ever fight you again, idiot. Mirror, oh mirror, show me my reflection. Oh. So Act 1 ended with Mash getting teleported away, and Act 2 ends with us getting kidnapped? Is that how this is gonna go?
Sucks to be all brawn and no brains, doesn't it? The Child of Prophecy and the Foreign Mage are finished. Britain belongs to Mother and no one else, damn it. Ah, she's gonna be so happy with me. Is she though? Wait, stop! Get back here, Tristan! Well, that's not good.
Oh, it's not the end of Act 2? Act 1 ended at 10, so I thought 2 would end at 20. That was what I assumed. Lost Will. Oh boy. Yeah, I think we'll leave it off on that cliffhanger. We've now been kidnapped by the despicable, the torturous Bavanshi Tamlin Tristan. And, you know, at least we're not alone, right? At least Artoria came with us. So that's good, I think. It's probably a good thing. Gives us at least somewhat of a fighting chance to not be obliterated and cut up into tiny little pieces. But, man, pretty much just got Mash back, like, what, 3 days in-game ago? And now we're separated again. Hopefully not as long, but, you know, we really just don't have any luck with staying with Mash, do we? This lost belt is determined to keep us separated. But hey, at least Londinium is close to New Darlington. So maybe, you know, they can go to Londinium, gather the Round Table army, and march on Darlington. Maybe. Yeah, that's probably what's gonna happen. Or we'll bust out on our own somehow, but I don't know. Because if she can remove us from the jar thing she trapped us in one at a time, and it's not a, like, has to be emptied all at once thing, then we're still probably not in a very good spot. I don't know. Yeah, I really don't. Yeah, I don't see how we get out of this, actually. But, you know, we must do somehow, so I guess we'll see. We'll see. But anyways, like I said, that'll do it, and yeah, still no CL, no nothing. Sad. I still got 34 days on her though, so I mean, there's that. plus not tonight, but tomorrow night. Get the summon tickets for the next month, so maybe those will get me something. Maybe, right? Surely those will get me CL. It'd be absolute poppycock if I didn't. Got BB with 500 SQ. Jeez. I don't know what it is with like summer anniversary servants. I swear they take like when they're brand new. I swear they take more quartz on average than like older servants. I don't know. Going for NP5 to bring ya? Yeah. Is she actually good? I know you guys like the day I streamed after I got her, you guys said something about her. I don't remember what you said. She was good for something. I don't remember what though. But maybe I'll have to invest in her skills.
Yeah.
I can't get her NP level higher. Because, well, unless I happen to get some, well, attempting to pull for CL, but, you know, Art's single target looper. Yeah, maybe I'll invest. Critical strength, I don't know. Because I'm pretty set in my ways of just using whoever I need to get bond up at any particular moment. Which, probably a bad habit, but you know, it is what it is. There are some people I level the skills for that I kind of regret because it kind of screwed me for people I actually use. Like, I wish I hadn't. Well, I don't really regret Caster Shuten because she was part of the original Evocation Festival drop, right? That was up when I first started the game. I'm pretty sure I used her a lot in the first couple singularities. And even then, I didn't really invest much into her, right? Like, it could have been worse, but like, some people I never ended up using much, like Parvati, I never used much. And this isn't my fullest of 4 stars, but I don't use Salter at all, really. Despite one of her skills being at 9, I don't know. Yeah, I regret leveling, just, especially early on, I would just level some people's skills a little bit willy-nilly, which I regret, but my more recent pickups, I've been better about not doing that. Yeah. Anyway.
そろそろクエストにも
But yeah, anyway, like I said, I'm gonna keep trying to take advantage of the 0 AP. Oh, whoops, that's not where I wanted to click. I want to go into Je Lost Belt. The AP cost period, which is up for, yeah, a few more days, so... Be seeing what happened, what becomes of us tomorrow. Running Grillkin, one of Bumenshi's skills, archaic term for cat, also named for a Scotch Highland cat fairy, and later also term for witch cat, which is cat familiar. But, yeah. Anyway. Oh. I don't know. Not a whole lot happened, because, yeah, Edinburgh was kind of a... more... Like, all that really happened this time around, despite it taking... over 2.5 hours, was just us having a chocolate battle with Nocnaria, kind of getting her to warm up to us, getting the alliance settled, and fighting Chocolate. Which... and then getting kidnapped by Tristan. So... both very little and a lot happened, I guess. In Universe, Grimalkin was Lord of Darlington when Babanshi caused the mess there, so maybe she drank his blood. Probably, assuming she gets like people's skills, or maybe she just named the skill after. I don't know, but yeah, assuming she gets skills based off people whose blood she drinks, it would make sense. I don't really know. That'll probably get talked about while we're with her and her scary castle, about what exactly her abilities are, like with her vampirism. Like outside of her Fey vampirism skill as a servant. Like I'm sure like it has other abilities outside of what the actual skill does. But I digress. Yeah, I don't think... like, again, Melu is technically on Aurora's side, so... we might not end up having to fight her, and she might even help us, maybe? Even though she insisted we would fight, but I don't know. Barguest is helping. Tristan's the only one where I'm like... and I even said that from like the beginning. I was like, I don't know if Tristan's or Bavanshi's gonna have any weakness for us to exploit. She seems too fiercely loyal to her mother, quote unquote, to potentially gain as an ally, unfortunately. But yeah, we can hope. Even if the hope more than likely won't come true, we can hope. But yeah, I guess that'll do it. Thank you guys for hanging out. And yeah, well, I'll catch you guys later. Peace.